good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Hey y'all, hey! Welcome back to another episode of Mummy and Me Talk Tea and TV. I'm your girl, Queen, they said. And who am I with?
And I am the matriarch, Synetta. I know you've been hearing my name. Synetta. And I'm here to talk tea.
So as y'all already read the title down below, me and my mom are about to get into Belle Collective Birmingham episode 3. Y'all make sure y'all go watch our recap of episode 1 and 2, but let's get into 3. So basically, we're finishing off the whole situation that was happening with Tiffany and Fumi having a conversation at Tiffany's couples game night. And basically, Fumi feels like she was being dismissive. And to be honest, I feel like Tiffany was being dismissive, and I feel like she didn't want to own it in Fumi's face.
Because she never wanted her there, so why did she have to own it? When she never really wanted her there.
I'm talking about when the whole situation even happened at Canvas Beauty event. She was being not so much dismissive. Let me not say dismissive, but she was just being off-putting to Fumi. And now that Fumi is confronting her about it, she's basically saying like, no, that really wasn't the case. Like, that's an assumption, basically. You're assuming that's what I was giving off, but that's not what I was giving off. But to be honest, that is what she was giving off. I felt it through the screen. And even in her confessional, she said, that's what I was, like, I wasn't really vibing with you, and you talking to my best friend, and all those things.
Well, maybe she felt it was different than what Fumi was actually saying, because I wasn't even paying her really no attention, Tiffany.
Going back to the last recap, you had said that you felt some type of way that Fumi even wanted to have the conversation at Tiffany's event, and Tiffany kind of brought that up as well to Fumi, because why you trying to have this conversation? At first, I was like, it ain't that serious, but then again, no, it is that serious, because I got people to tend to, I'm hosting, I got stuff going on, like, don't try to have this conversation at my event, like, no.
Yes. No, we're not doing that. Now, I'm glad that Tiffany ignored her. But she did eventually sit with her, but still, she had her event first. She enjoyed herself, and then she entertained Fumi.
And then after the conversation was done, Fumi was like, I'm glad basically we settled this, and thank you for inviting me. And Tiffany was like, well, I didn't invite you, but okay.
Fumi know what she was doing. Fumi know she wasn't invited.
She knew what she was doing. She was being shady, but also too, Tiffany be being shady, so they just matching energies at this point, I guess. So after the conversation is had, they go Stormy, Fumi, and Synetta. Hey, Synetta. Synetta goes outside, and they talk about the conversation that they just had, and Fumi was basically like, her energy was off. She was dismissive, and Stormy already feels some type of way about Tiffany as well, so she was kind of on Fumi's side. Like, she was already biased with the whole situation anyway. And I don't think Synetta is biased, but Synetta know how to put herself in places to, like, I don't want to say she's picking and choosing. I don't want to say she's biased, but
she reminding them what happened so they can have a discussion, because they kind of get off. So she reminding them what happened and why we really here to have this conversation.
But it's so funny that you said that, because I feel like Synetta is the wrong person to try to lead the charge in that, because when they all, after Fumi left and they all went back into the building for the event, I guess somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody had told Tiffany that it was Synetta who told Fumi that she should go to the event and had a conversation with Tiffany. And Tiffany was like, girl, I know you wouldn't say that. Whole time, Synetta said it. Kayla said it, Amber said it, Stormy said it, everybody said it, and nobody was owning up to it.
I thought they did. They kind of did. I just think they didn't really show it.
No, they all said they did not say it. Stormy made it seem like Synetta said it. Synetta said she didn't say it, but the thing is, everybody said it, and even in all their confessionals, the producers told them, like, you all told her to have the conversation with Tiffany at the event. All of them was like, we did?
Yeah, I remember when they did actually Synetta, I thought she was the first one who said it, but yeah, they all said it, but I remember Synetta saying it, and it was weird because Synetta is her friend.
And Amber said it as well, and Amber is her friend. Remember, we're introduced to Tiffany through Amber, and Amber is also agreed for Fumi to have that conversation there, and that was just so crazy to me. So moving on from there, it's the event is over. It's time for everybody to clean up and go. And Tiffany, Tiffany told Stormy basically like, you did everything. You was a good host or whatever, but now it's time for you to mop. Now it's time for you to really clean up and get the scrubbing. Basically, get a mop and go to aisle 6. Is basically what she told Stormy. And baby, joking or not, Stormy was the wrong person to even play with.
The wrong.
She already feel like your energy is already off to her. She already like she already have the mindset of a boss woman that had to get it out the mud and grow up, and you finna tell me to mop? Girl, don't play at me. We ain't even cool like that. Like, excuse me.
And that was the crazy part to me, because I felt like, yeah, Stormy is the wrong one to play like it with, but I think Tiffany really didn't mean, like you said, it was a joke. But I don't think Tiffany really knew how Stormy was really feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was a joke, because they were talking about it and they was leaving. It was ending. The game night was over and they was leaving. And what she said, because I think she said it in the midst of just Stormy said all what she had done already did. And then she went on here and said, like, basically, you're not finished, so go ahead and mop the floor. And I think that's her way of being kind of funny, saying, like, you done ran the whole list down, all the stuff you done did tonight, because you really a boss and you should have been doing that no way, especially as a host. So I'm really, and no, I'm letting you know everything I did, because I usually don't do this. So I think that's why Tiffany really did that, just to be funny. But Amber was, listen, I mean to say, Storm is already frustrated from in the way in the beginning when she found out that the host had to clean and serve and pick up stuff. So
yeah, because Stormy was confused, like, when did the host have all these duties?
Tiffany ain't know none of that was happening. Tiffany probably know now, but I don't think she knew that was steaming up in Stormy. So she was just really making a joke, because Stormy had done ran her list down all she done did. And there ain't nothing she'll really be doing. So I think that's why Tiffany did it. She didn't really know like what Stormy was feeling, but it was funny. But Stormy was not playing, because she want to mop the aisle 6 with her.
With that bow.
Listen, Stormy was hot. She was carrying that with her.
She really was. And Stormy is the type of person, she gonna drag it. Like, I already didn't care for you, but now I really don't like you. And Stormy is really gonna drag it, and it's just gonna be so funny. But continuing on, we kind of get into Stormy having a conversation where I think it was her creative director. I think his name is Mike or something. And basically, they were talking about, you know, her getting ready to have the live stream in 2 days with the Lala collab that they have going on. And also, too, the situation that happened with old girl, with Tiffany. And also, her wanting Martell to be a part of the live. Now, on social media, it was an uproar about the whole Martell thing, because everybody felt like, you know, Martell has this thing on himself. But then again, Martell do got his own fan base now.
Yes.
And Stormy ain't no fool, and she know. And even if he don't have a fan base, Stormy knows that how Martell personality is, so he probably will mesh well with, you know, Lala or whatever. But at first I was like, Martell, because he do got to in my heart too. I don't really care for Martell, but at the end of the day, it is business, and also too, at the end of the day, they friends. So yeah, I'm gonna ask my friend, and plus he getting paid, so it ain't like it's a free gig.
Yeah, exactly. When I first seen Martell, I remember when I first seen him sitting with Lala, I'm like, you know, because I saw, you know, we got to see this live before the show aired. So I was like, oh, Lala must be don't know about him. They didn't give him the tea. So that's what I was thinking at the time. But then when I saw the episode, I said, oh, Martell knew himself, because when Amber say, when Stormy said, oh, I want you to come do this live, and I got Lala Anthony. He said, what, Lala Anthony? Did you tell her I've been a villain for the last 6 years? I was hollering because, hey, Martell, see, this is why we don't like Martell, but we do like Martell, because he is good TV, he is entertainment, and we know them ladies do like him, though. We do know them ladies crazy about Martell, but, you know, hey, Martell is good TV. He is good TV, though, and he good for her brand, I guess, you know, so, hey, it worked. But I liked it that I was able to see him say that he know he's a villain. Yeah, Lala may not know, so you need to go ahead and warn her just in case, because he already felt like once people see them, it's gonna be some talk. So at least he already knew. And he had already put it out there, so I did. Yeah, that was funny to me. Not that I liked it, but it was funny that he know who he is. He knows who he is.
But what got me though is Stormy kind of took it a little too far, and she said that Martell is the caliber of Lala, like on the same level, and it's like they are not on the same level. Lala is and Martell, baby, what?
Martell,
She
I don't know if he even have a caliber. Do he have a caliber? No.
But so then she had a quick conversation basically saying like she really broke down why she was pissed off about what Tiffany had said about her, and we don't have to drag into it, but basically she was saying that the first time she found it funny when she said the whole mop situation, but then when she kept saying mop, she was like, okay, now you playing in my face. So respectfully, I get it. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but it was a lie because she angry. No, she only broke it down like that because she was already angry prior to that conversation. She was already thrown off that the host had to do all those things that she never was going to ever do anyway.
Because of this whole situation, she disinvited Tiffany to her live event. So she planned on having all the girls come to the live event, had them show up and support her. And she disinvited Tiffany, but baby, Tiffany didn't know. The reason why everybody even found out is because Synetta just so happened to call Amber, and Amber is at Tiffany's house, and she said, hey, well, everybody's not invited. Did you know this? And Amber is like, no, I don't know this. And she was like, well, who's not invited? I mean, well, who's coming and who's not? And she named everybody's name but Tiffany, so Tiffany the only one not invited. And Stormy is not wrong for not inviting her, especially if she know this her business and she don't want her spirit disrupted. But she's wrong for not, if you a real one, tell her straight up. You're not invited. But also, too, she got a lot going on, so I can understand why that's not a factor to tell her. But now I'm going to tell you, like, I ain't going to lie, your energy was kind of off to me. I'll tell you why later, but you're disinvited.
Listen, and it was work. They had work. You invite everybody else, you got to invite her. Like, she's a part of the cast. Yeah, she may feel like her energy was off, but I haven't seen anything in Tiffany that bad that she couldn't have came to the live, especially with all what was going on. It was a lot going on at that live.
But Tiffany, she just don't like her energy.
I know, but it's work. It's a cast. Y'all feel me? The whole cast is there.
I also am kind of upset that Tiffany didn't own that she was upset. Like, she was kind of acting unbothered, and I get it. Like, you gonna try to put a strong face on and, you know, dust the chip off your shoulder, but you can tell she was hurt because right before she found the information out, she was just bigging up Stormy. She had just told her husband she wanted to invite her to more events and all these things, so she genuinely did not see anything wrong. Like, she was so confused, and then all of a sudden, oh, I don't care, y'all have fun. And it's like, girl, just say.
I don't think she was hurt. I think she was shocked.
But I'm just saying, like, y'all have fun, but I feel some type of way, but y'all have fun.
Yeah, but yeah, she probably feel some type of way, but I don't think she hurt. I think she probably was eventually unbothered, and she may address it. We'll see if she's gonna address it or not. But I don't think she was hurt. She was unbothered, and she went on by her way with her husband. I told her she wanted to be in her husband anyway. She wanted to be in him anyway, and he took her. Listen, her husband finna go on their own thing. What she say? Her husband finna do their own thing. She not worried about it. So that's what they did, So I don't think she was hurt. She was shocked. And I think it may come back. It may come back up.
So now moving on from all that whole situation, because that was a drag, and we already know it's about to be more to come with it in upcoming episodes because they gotta drag this because this is the real tea, honey. But we get into finally seeing Kayla and her whole family. We know she got 4 kids. We know she just got a divorce. We know she's seeing this guy Jason. And when we get introduced to her kids, the first thing we hear is her 13-year-old son saying that he just told his teacher to hop off his meat. And she laughed. No correction. No popping him in his mouth, like nothing. She laughed like this was a joke to her.
Kaylee's a kid her own self.
I don't care. Okay.
I didn't say it was right. Kaylee's a kid her own self. Jeez.
But that's not.
She like a kid.
She does, but it's also like at some point, okay, but when you gonna grow up then? You 30-something, 35, 32, 33, 34, 35, like, babe.
No, that's why she need that man who act like a daddy to her to come help her with them kids. not so much help her with the kids, but come be a parent. Because she's a parent, but she still has a child mindset. Like she's raising them well. I'm not taking that away from her.
Yeah,
We tell
no,
that she's a great mom.
right.
But for some things, she still has a kid mindset. And then
And
but I also realized kids like that. I mean, they sometimes them towns and them areas like that, and them kids be in the house. I don't think she even probably thought it was something rude because I'll be watching some of them other I be watching other families and stuff that be in them little towns and them southern towns, and the way they talk with their kids, it's literally like a conversation. It's not like they don't. I don't think they even know that it's something bad because I don't think the parents ever thought it was something bad. They literally just having a. He really was telling his mama really the truth of how they feel, and it never probably was addressed. Nobody never said it was maybe the wrong thing to say or inappropriate. I'm telling you because
what
I
you
watched them.
saying? You just told somebody to hop off your meat. That the meat part alone is disrespectful.
I know, but not to them. Not to them. Not to them. That's what I'm saying. I was like, oh, I guess it's okay. Like you say, she didn't think nothing of it. She didn't address it. So that's what I'm saying. I really think in some, I'm telling you, it's culture. It's culture. It's culture.
The
Whether we like it or not.
culture needs to be rectified. Okay.
It does. It does. But hey, who gonna say it? Who? Did they say it? Who gonna say it? Who? It wasn't nobody that said it. Cause remember, she was the only adult in the house. So probably some other adults around. Some of them probably would have said, ooh, came back, let it go. You see what our son said? Like that. But it wasn't nobody there to say it.
And then they kind of probably good. And then we kind of got some of her backstory. And I guess, like you said, she's still a kid herself. And we kind of got the truth about her whole situation with the husband and how they met. So apparently she was 17, he was 32 years old. She lied about her age, told him he was 18, and apparently she was like they was getting ready to tell her mom about the situation. Just so happened she was working at Domino's and her mama pulled up and her mama was mad at her, so she got kicked out the house and she was like, "Oh, I'm not moving in with a man." Period. Like I just have this thing about me where I'm not gonna live with a man, even at 17 years old. So that's what made him and her get married, and they've been married. Well, they waited 11 months or something, and they went and got married. That's what they say. But yeah, she probably got married the next day.
No, yeah. She said no. She was 18 when she got ready to tell her mom. Remember? She had
No,
not
she
been with
was
him since 17.
17. That's why she said they was waiting to.
Yeah, they wait till she turned
She
18.
was waiting till she turned 18 to tell her. She hadn't told her yet.
No, she didn't. That's when, and they was already discussing it, and the mama pulled up on them. I think she was already 18, right?
No, that's the thing. She wasn't 18. That's why she kept hiding it. She wasn't 18 yet. She was waiting till she turned 18 to tell her mom. So when her mom found them, she wasn't 18. She still was 17.
Okay. But yeah, women lie. That's why I said we a lot of time we fought men. Yes, he was too old and he know better too. But at the same time, she knew better because she knew to lie.
So also, before we move on from the whole situation with Kayla, I do want to say, baby, that whole "you're not ugly, you're just broke" is a real thing. Cause baby, when they showed them throwbacks, Kayla, baby she needed a lot of work and she needed a lot of money probably to get that work. And I ain't trying to be mean or rude or anything, but she looked good now. Like she looked good, but that's not saying she was ugly back then. She just needed a little money, a little coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's not the heavenly favor word. All you need is a little money.
That's all you need.
Yeah, and there's a little money to get that makeup, hair, them outfits, and you'll be all right.
So then moving on from there, we kind of get into Stormy, and again, she's getting ready for her live, and baby, Stormy is a boss.
Wait, hold on. I meant to say something about Kayla too.
Oh, what did you want to say about Kayla?
Kayla still look funny, honestly.
But anyways, you're so funny. But anyways, moving on, getting into Stormy again, baby. She's a boss. I love everything about this version of Belle Collective because we really see them girls get active. We really see them in the mud. Like, we see them being the bosses that they are. And I think that's the only thing the original miss. Like, we know they got their own business and stuff, but we don't see the in and workings, the ins and outs of everything. But this, Stormy shows it all. She ain't got nothing to hide from us. And I love that. So during this time, she's at her warehouse and she's talking to the man about the boxes that needs to be shipped, and he's basically telling her like, "Hey, they're going to be shipped out at this time, and you'll get it around this time." Now, the time that he said would have been enough time for her to receive it to ship out, but Stormy being the Stormy and Stormy being the boss, she was like, "Nah, I needed at least a few more days earlier." So Courtney, her husband, got a trucking company. She was like, "I just get Courtney to go to Chicago and pick it up." Just like
exactly. And I remember that's what I liked about Courtney. Being in, like, being Stormy wife and kind of being her partner.
husband.
I remember the same things that was happening in when she was on the prior show. Like, Courtney was the one who always was going to deliver and pick up them packages for her. Like, he was always gone up on the road, packing, loading that truck, taking that stuff out, going to get the products, all of that. And I think that would help that her brand grow, because earlier on she knew that she needed to get those packages out to her customers, and Courtney was there to get those packages out. And I think that's pretty much too how his business also grew to his trucking business. Being able to provide that service for her. I'm not really sure, but I know that was one of the things I liked about him, like making sure Stormy's products went out or the products came in, because remember, stuff had to come into the warehouse also too. So I remember both sides of that. So I remember being impressed and liking Courtney for like that reason, being a part of that business. Yeah, he said, "I'm going to get this stuff."
Okay, so moving on from that, I just love seeing that scene, so I had to bring that up. But moving on from that, we get into a quick scene with Kayla talking to her niece. I think her name Kylan or something K-Y-L-N.
Kaylin, K-A-Y-L-A-N,
Kylan. So, basically, it was a cute little back and forth with them, because Amber is technically a millennial like me, and her niece is Gen Z. But I feel like her niece give off, she probably in between Gen Z and millennial, like is they Zennial? Whatever, we don't got to get into all that. But needless to say, it was just a quick hee ha ha with them, because Amber is still such a tomboy at heart, so she want to dress like down for the event, and Caitlin is like, "No, girl, you need to dress like this," and but she's very blunt about it. But to Amber is rude, and it's like, I don't think she was rude.
I don't think she was, and that's what I'm saying. It goes back to the thought process. I don't think she was being rude. It was rude to Amber because that's her niece.
Yeah, and it's like, girl, you don't talk to me like that. I'm your auntie. But and it's still like, yeah, but I wasn't rude. Like, she really didn't feel like she wasn't rude. She really wasn't.
She wasn't rude. And I think it was kind of like a joke, like saying, "Lord, these kids say what they want to say." I think that's what Amber was really saying. "Child, these kids don't know what to say out their mouth. She's so rude." That's what I think she was trying to say, like in a funny way, like a comedic way.
Right. So moving on from that, we get into now again Tiffany, since she's now going to Stormy event and all the other girls are meeting up together to go down to Huntsville for the event. Tiffany is like, "Oh, I'm for the it don't matter about me going anyways, because I'm for to be with my man, and we for to do a day trip to Atlanta, so I'm good, and I'm always busy anyway, so it don't even matter." And this is what be taking me off about Tiffany. You're bothered, because how all of a sudden you're so busy that you didn't even care, that you don't care to go to the event, but y'all just came up with this random one-day event that you just for to have all the time, the best time in the world. And it's like, girl, you really wanted to go to that event? Like, just be real.
She probably did, but because it's being brought up to her, that's why she just got to let y'all know, like, really, because y'all telling me about it. I was already okay with not going. Y'all already said it, but y'all keep bringing it back up. So, no, we're going to do something else. That's the only reason she's saying it. She probably would never even address it, but because they keep bringing it back up, that's why she didn't know.
Who was bringing it up?
I think somebody did bring it back up. That's why she brought it up. Like, she going to go out of town. What made her
talk
about
it up? That was just her seeing on her own. Nobody had brought it up to her at this time. When the girls was in the car, Synetta called her to check up on her, but she didn't even tell Synetta that she was even going on a trip. So this is her own scene by herself and her own confession, trying to make us believe that she is so unbothered and she just don't care and she's just so busy that it don't bother her about not being disinvited to the event. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'd rather you be like, "Child, I don't like what they just did to me, but it don't matter because my man for to take me on a trip and all is well in this hood." Like, just, I don't know, I just like realness, and she just trying to be too uppity and snooty and like she's just too good, but it's like you're not too good because you're really bothered. Like, her reaction to me is a bothered reaction. option.
Oh, see, and for me, it's like, no, I did, and I felt like she was unbothered. That's why she got her stuff. Cause that's literally what I said. I say, child, Tiffany was so unbothered by that. She was out of there. She said, me and my man out because she want to be in him anyway.
She want to be in him anyway, but she always in him. So guess what? This would have been a great trip for me and the girls to go to in Huntsville. Trust me, she wanted to go to that event. Yeah, it's going to be nice for her to, go on this little one-day trip with her man, but you wanted to be at that event, and that's okay. It's okay. So moving on, going back to the girls even talking in the car, I wrote this down because I felt like this kind of like ached my heart. Not ached, but irritated me a little bit. But Kayla was basically saying how the guy Jason is all of a sudden helping her heal through her divorce and situation with her ex. But it's like, baby, you just got divorced. And now all of a sudden you done found somebody that is helping and healing your soul and just got all this going on to help you. And then also too, she says that he is going down to Huntsville to, support her. Do he have a job? Cause why?
I think he has something. He does something. We just don't know what it is. He kind of remind me of those. Cause remember, he's an older guy, and he kind of remind me of them older men. Everybody on the other Belle Collective married to them old men. They're probably not gonna display what he really do, but I think he got something going on.
Remember, he don't. But it's like, why do she act like she just need a man? Like, baby, you just got divorced. Go outside, build your roster, go have a good time, focus on your health and wealth. The only person that need to help and heal you and help your heart is a therapist, baby. Not this man.
She need a man. That's why she had that man.
No, she don't, and that's the problem. She thinks she needs a man.
No. But this is what I'm trying to say. Her. I'm talking about her. That's what I'm saying for real. Like, she needs a man. Her. She need a man.
What's going on?
Exactly. She needs a man. Her, not saying that in life. No, her personality need a man. That's why she had that man at 17. She married him, went off to be with him all these years, and immediately got a whole nother man less than a few months. So that's what I'm saying. A person like her need a man, and she say, oh, he's encouraged me and he's building me up. She need that. She need it. I ain't say she really need it, but trust me, she need it for herself, and that's why she went and found this man.
I'm not going to put that out there, but I am going to put this out there. You do not need a man, especially after you just got out of an 18-year relationship. You've been in a relationship. You've been married. You've been stuck since you've been 17 years old.
Who said you was stuck? That lady was stuck for 7 years.
So you want to get stuck again and then stuck with an older man? Like,
She was not stuck. What makes you think that lady was stuck? She probably was happy in her relationship.
She wouldn't have got divorced.
It could have been recent. She was stagnant. She wasn't stuck the whole 12, 13 years. She was happy in the beginning. Life started changing. They started evolving. She left that man home with them kids so she could build her career. And she probably felt stuck, like she couldn't evolve being with that man. That's all.
Okay, so you mean to tell me I got a man who been with me with all these years and I'm stuck and he can't help me get unstuck, so I'm gonna go find another man?
No. It wasn't that he was he couldn't help her get unstuck. She was evolving and he probably wasn't. And sometimes you gotta give the other person time to evolve in the direction he was going. And you don't have to wait that long. Because you see, when she seen that he wasn't evolving with her, she got out the relationship. A lot of times people don't evolve at the same time. That's what was happening. That could have been what was happening. I'm not saying that she should stay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying something happened at some point in the relationship because life be changing. Them kids growing up, them kids changing. She probably ripping and running with the one who's an actor. He in the house with the kids. Because I remember hearing something about he had started being the one who's take care of them kids while she be gone. And a lot, and that's could have been what happened. He started being the one taking care of the kids. So now he the housewife. That's what I'm saying. So don't just assume that. That's what happened. Kayla replacing him with the other man who probably got a lot going on like her.
Okay. Agree with you. So the producers was basically asking Fumi and asking her, did she have daddy issues? And I like that Fumi said, I don't think she have daddy issues. I think she has parental issues, because I agree with that, because I think it's beyond just a daddy problem, because it was had to be something with her mama. We don't know yet, and she ain't getting into it, but it's probably something with her mama too. So I agree. It's parental issues. And I just leave it there. No, if you got something to add, you can add. But I'm gonna leave it right there. But you got anything to say about that?
No, I don't think it is a parental issues. I think she just was young, hot. No, you're right. No way it might be what for me say. No telling what was going on in that household with her mama. That daddy probably wasn't even there.
No, her dad was. Her dad passed away when she was 11 years old. She never had a dad. I mean, she had a dad up until 11. Her dad passed, so it was just her and her mom.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what was going in and out that house.
But anyways, we end off the episode with Stormy event finally getting started, and when it started, her mic wasn't working, so you can tell she was fuming and panicking on the inside. But I love that she just held her composure, because me as a producer, I know how that feels when something go wrong and it's time to get started, and then it's like what to do, how I'm for to handle this, how I'm for to troubleshoot it, and it's just, I just love how she handled it. Now, it ain't last long, because something else happened and she flipped out, but I like that it started off on a high note.
And she supposed to flip. Hey, she supposed to flip out, because you remember, you always want things to run smooth. But
no, think about it. Not when your guest, when Lala is there, not when you got a whole team and people looking at you and you live. So if somebody hear you in the background, they can crop that up, and that's all over social media. And that Stormy is a bad boss lady. Like, so you do gotta hold your composure. But the way Stormy is, I just know she was pissed, but she held it for a while, a good while.
I think wherever she was at, she was away from the live. She was away from the live, but the mics wasn't going to get tricked up. That's why she was over there away. She got upset. And I see that. Listen, when you got your business, you spending your money like that, you're supposed to be upset. You're supposed to flip out. But I think she knew not to flip out in front of the cameras. She went away. Nobody didn't hear that was happening. They didn't know that was happening in the background. But I also like, too, no, because we're ahead of the thing. We ain't in for it, are we?
No. So, like, kind of end off your thought. Whatever you was about to say, just end it off there.
I just feel like Stormy did handle it well. I don't think she allowed the people in the live audience to hear her. I think she stepped away. She was angry, but I think she also knew to step away to voice her anger, not to do it in front of the live audience.
Okay, well, we shall get more into that in the next episode, so y'all make sure y'all check out episode 4. But with that being said, y'all already know what to do. Like this video and show us some love. Comment your thoughts and let us know, how you felt about this episode and how you feel about Belle Collective Birmingham so far. And last but certainly not least, subscribe and join the channel.
Join while we run it back.
Bye.